Oh God, I used this one on my show.
This one is incredible, ladies. Please put down your phones. Everybody, make sure you pay attention to every word of this. Okay.
Yes.
What's your age?
26 on February 22nd. So I'm 25 right now.
Are you single?
I am single.
Why do you think that is?
Because I want to be. I have a couple of boyfriends. I hope they're not watching. Maybe like 4 or 5. So I guess I'm single. I am single.
I mean, but what's it like dating 5 people at the same time?
It's just like juggling. You have to be talented.
Are you sleeping with all 5 of them?
Not all of them. Depends on the situation.
Why not all? What's the deciding factor?
Well, there's different guys for different situations. Some guys, I just want to go to... I forgot that I'm recording this.
Some guys, you just want to what?
There's different purposes for different tools.
One's a shovel, one's a knife, one's a fork.
Yeah, honestly, the one that I'm never going to get in a relationship with him. He doesn't have the job, the finances, none of that.
So why even open yourself up to a guy like that?
Great dick.
Crazy, but yeah.
Thoughts, Lucy, thoughts.
I call this.
Yeah.
I call this the build a bitch Drake method. Okay. So Drake has this thing. You know, he sees so many girls, all that stuff. I'm sure he likes certain things about them. She's doing the build a bitch Drake method with guys. She likes this guy. She likes fucking this guy. She likes talking to this guy about this. She likes doing this with this guy.
I think what our audience would like to know is, do you think that her mindset is typical of women today, or do you think it's abnormal?
No.
Okay, who thinks it's typical? You think it's typical?
No.
4 of you think it's typical. Who thinks it's not typical?
No.
The 2 of you.
What age range of women we talk about?
Well, her age range. So she's 26. She's 25, 26.
I also got
she's 25.
She's 25.
I
Who?
also got
February
a full of
22nd.
shit mentality from her, because she started off all sweet and innocent and like hee, and then all of a sudden she got all serious and trying to like because he reacted the way he did.
It's so-
And then she changed
It's so
her
crazy.
too.
Welcome to being a man. That's what our
She changed her too.
For sure.
So I feel like she wasn't appeasing what he wanted to hear, is what she saw. So she changed her angle.
I think
I feel
honestly,
like she's
I
full of
agree.
shit.
I agree with you, but I think she became a little bit more like self-conscious as she was saying it. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot I was still on camera," and she became more
No, I think
self-conscious.
she was trying to be like, ha ha
Okay,
ha,
but then again,
too much
why? Ready, guys? Why did she
backpedaling
say
up
it?
a waterfall.
Why did she say it on camera? Anybody? Why did she say it on
I
camera?
think because he asked why.
Thank you, ladies. One more time. It is because attention. One more time. Men get there's a teaching moment here. Men get their validation through compliance from women that eventually leads to sex. Women get their validation from men from attention from men, which eventually leads to resources. Her necessity for attention outweighed her necessity to keep it a secret that she was dating 5 dudes at the same time and gone viral for it.
Right. I'm single, but I have 5 boyfriends.
Yes, and by the way, she probably, when I heard that, I thought she probably was fucking 1 or 2 of them, probably just 1. But the other thing is, ladies, do you understand when you guys? I've said this before. Who here's dated a narcissist? Anybody?
That was Brickle.
Yeah, hold on, who here's dated a narcissist? Here's who dated. Okay, all of us dated a narcissist. Do you guys understand? Do you guys understand?
No,
Do you understand? If you guys stop, if you guys all got together and stopped fucking narcissists in 1 generation, narcissism would be eliminated from the population. This woman is up here saying, he goes, well, I would never have a relationship with that guy, but it was great. Do you know all the good guys out there that liked her and that just heard that?
Yeah.
Do you understand how fucking discouraging that is for men when they hear that shit?
It's like,
It's
wow, I'm gonna be
crazy.
nice, but she's gonna be fucking this dude down around the corner.
Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is like the fucking stupidest thing. So you're saying that you don't want a guy to be in touch with his emotions and reveal them on camera, and then simultaneously being like, I don't want to date a narcissist. So which is it? Like, I don't
no,
get
we
it.
weren't talking about her being, I don't think she's a
there
narcissist.
is an in-between.
No, I just said she likes
But
attention.
I'm just saying that it's like, it doesn't make any sense to me. It's like we're shaming men for...
I'm not shaming her.
You can be a confident, good guy with
I'm not shaming her. I'm just saying.
No, I'm just saying we just spent
Shaming
10
men.
minutes.
Shaming
We
men.
were shaming men for like revealing their emotions.
Yes.
They're too weak. I don't like that. It doesn't
Sure.
turn me on. And then at the same time, you're like, but I don't want to date a narcissist. I don't want to date a guy. So which is it?
Who are you talking about? The ladies don't want to date narcissists. Is that what you're saying?
Well,
I'm
saying
confused.
these
Are you talking
things.
about
She's
us?
saying
I'm saying,
comparison.
I'm not calling out anyone specific. I'm just saying women in general. Like you gotta like. I don't get it.
I don't get what you're saying either. Here's where the confusion comes from. This is just my theory. Women say what makes them feel comfortable when you're asked what makes them attracted, and they can't because they can't conceive of a man they're not attracted to becoming attracted to them. So if you were to say, I want a man to bring me flowers, what you mean to say is I want a man I'm attracted to bring me flowers. And when you say I want a man to be vulnerable with me, what you mean to say is I want a man who I'm attracted to be vulnerable. Well, no, but women don't. But women don't. Bree, women don't say that.
Not attracted.
Right, but women.
This is not
But Bree, women
splitting the atom here. Like what?
What men are asking? No, but what men are asking is what can men do to make you attracted to them? And when you express, and I'm not saying you did this, but women often will give this advice on how to make a woman attracted to him, and the advice is often terrible and counterproductive because what she's describing is what she wants Tom Brady to do, what she wants Jason Momoa to do, because women don't conceive of a man who is unattractive to her becoming attractive.
That's on shallow women, though, Michael. It's not on the men who are trying to be good men and be more attractive. That's on the men.
Okay, so do you think her behavior was indicative of women today, or do you think it wasn't?
Yeah, I think she's fucking shallow, and I think it's a shame.
No, indicative. Like, do you mean the majority?
Means,
do you think
yes,
that's
the majority? You think the majority of women are like that?
Yes.
Okay, so do you understand the problem for men?
For everybody. But I think a lot of women like this, or like just the age range we were talking about, they're not looking for a husband right now. Right. They're not looking for marriage. Sure. They're not looking for those things. In her mind, and probably in her friend's mind, yeah, girl, because boyfriend number 4 gave me this, and boyfriend number 2 was getting on my nerves today. They're all probably like, oh, yeah, girl, I can't believe. They probably all are going for that.
I totally agree with your description. I totally agree with your description. My favorite part about this discussion is none of you thought what she said was strange. None of you thought it was strange.
You know, that's why girls hang out with a guy to go get free food all the time. It's like, she about to get kidnapped one day, you hungry ass
I'm
bitch.
so happy. I am so happy that all the men watching this right now are hearing this. That's why I'm very happy none of you thought that this behavior was strange.
Eventually, you'll find a man.
She has
with
standards.
everything.
Her standards is good dick and money and like getting money from her friends.
It's always a broke guy that got good dick.
Always.
What did Amanda Nicole say? Don't get ties. It's the ones that the more felon and broke they are, the more they feel like their rent depends on it.
Right? Usually end up your baby daddy.
Yeah.
Dude,
usually end up your baby daddy.
and it's so crazy. Okay, cool. So you got that. I love that video.
Armani, what were you going to say?
Not mine.
Not mine.
I forgot what I was
my baby daddy.
Yeah, but if you're with a man that's been homeless but actually like worked his way to get where he is, he'll fuck you like that.
Yeah, well,
too.
we've only had one woman on here who like lived with a homeless guy.
Oh my god.
She straight up said he was homeless and it was the greatest sex she's ever had in her life.
Are you
Admittingly,
serious?
other women
Admitted
are
to-
probably not.
Yeah.
What?
I need to be poorer.
That
I think.
sounds like survival sex.
Mine was, and then he's in a great position in life now.
If a man doesn't got it like that, but you see a man trying, though, I respect that. I really do.
Dude's like,
if
I
see
better
a
fuck this
man
bitch really
try-
good or I'm out on the streets.
Hell no.
I mean, that's like most of the guys on OnlyFans now who are moving in with the top 1%ers.
True.
Yeah.
It's true. I know a couple of them.
All right.
No, I was going to say, because
Go ahead.
what Armani was getting on is, do you, maybe this is a good question for everybody, are there guys that, when she was saying, are there guys that have different uses? Like there's guys who are different, like one's a shovel, one's a, I don't know, scissors,
One's a
whatever,
fork, one's a spoon.
One's a fork,
I feel
one's a
like
spoon.
as long as people
not
are
the
like
spoon.
communicating clearly and
like
knowing
the
what
spoon.
they want and be like, hey, I don't want anything serious, but let's hang out, you know. There's always like that get around. Oh, we could be friends, and then that person just does what they're doing.
People will do what you allow them to.
Yeah,
as well.
it's up to you to allow that. You have to be like, oh, I'm not going to be used just for this. But some guys will be like, I'm going to make this girl fall in love with me and be delulu. And
That's
it's
crazy.
like,
Some guys are just
you
happy
can't
with
do
what
that.
they're getting.
Yeah. And
Oh, I think most guys are
It's a
happy with what they're getting.
self-respect
Oh, actually, let
Well,
me.
I don't know, Mike. It kind of sounds like all the women are agreeing with the dual mating strategy here.
I mean, in
What
this
up?
case, right? But this
I'm
guy,
not agreeing
this
with
woman,
it, but
this
I
woman
see
doesn't have a dual
where-
mating strategy.
I just work
this,
here.
Oh, this
I
woman
just work
doesn't
here.
have a dual mating strategy. She has a no mating strategy.
You know what?
That's my point. She has a no
If
mating
you wait
strategy.
long enough, you'll find a man with all.
With what?
You'll find a man
I
with
don't-
all of it.
I don't know, Avery. Maybe.
Eventually, yeah.
I mean, you got to.
I
don't think it's gonna be all men and women.
I was single for 3 years and I waited.
Massive amounts of consumer debt and Grand Theft Auto 6. Like I just don't think men are going to improve. I think it's all. I think it's all going like VR porn. You saw Apple has that
that's
new fucking
crazy.
virtual reality. It's only going to be used for pornography.
Every now
Could we
and
all
then
just?
there's an anomaly, and I just happen to find it.
Okay, that
It's
must
like
be
women's retirement program is like finding a suitcase full of money on the roadside somewhere.
Absolutely. No, I'm just
Or just staying pretty and hoping somebody takes care of them the rest of their life, because that's most of their game plan
Yeah, I was
now.
going to say
Yeah.
that's the.
It's
you
not
know,
earning it themselves
It's
anymore.
called. It's what's called sticking the landing.
because I work for what I want. Straight
Yeah,
up.
well,
That's just how I
I
am.
do too.
Armani,
too.
Armani, you work for what you want. Do you think that makes it harder for you to find a man that's up to your standards?
Yes.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, because a lot of people are intimidated by that.
Okay.
Men and women.
Yes, they are.
Yeah. And that's fine.
My ex
I'm
used
not
to
looking
tell
for
me I
anything
worked
anyway.
too much.
Huh?
My ex used to tell me I worked too much. It's like, well,
if you're not going to help me, then why are you
fucking
talking
catch up?
Like,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I think I read an article though, and it was talking about how these days, like in this generation of women, like, because I'm a millennial, but after that, they're adults too now. So it's like they don't want to get married, they don't want to have kids, they want to wait. And I think that since girls these days are on their own, they're not trying to wait for no man. They feel like, well, if you're not coming with X, Y, and Z, then you can hit the door. So I think where you're talking about like, oh, they have multiple men. Well, they feel like, well, such
You're
and
not
such ain't
checking
put
this
a
box, this
yeah.
box, this
he didn't
box.
come put a ring on me, so
Yeah.
I'm a date
And you're not
Ricky,
letting me
Dickie, and